Political Science, Class 9th, Chapter number 3, Electoral Politics. In a democracy, people do not govern directly, they govern through the elected representatives. Governing through elected representatives is the most common form of democracy. Electoral politics is all about understanding election of representatives, need of elections, and how to make election democratic. It also involves examining the role of the election commission in ensuring free and fair elections. Heading elections. The mechanism or the mechanism or procedure by which people choose their representatives at regular intervals is called election. If people are not satisfied with the working of the government, then they can change the government in the next term of elections. Heading Procedure of elections. The procedure of election can be understood by the real example of Haryana Assembly elections. It will show how candidates standing in election become representatives and how power can be removed from their hands. Heading Assembly election in Haryana. Formation of new party. Lok Dal Haryana had been ruled by Congress party since 1982. At that time, Chaudhry Devi Lai was an opposition leader. He led a movement called Nyay Yudh struggle for justice and formed new party Lok Dal. Election campaign of Devi Lai. In election campaign of 1987 Assembly election, Devi Lai promised voters that if his party win, he would give loans to farmers and small businessmen. Voters favored Lok Dal as people were unhappy with the existing government. They were attracted by Devi Lai's promise. They voted in favor of Lok Dal and its partners, won 76 out of 90 seats. Results announced: Lok Dal won 60 seats. That's why it had a clear majority in the assembly. The party with a clear majority is invited by the governor to form the government. Congress got only 5 seats. As the election result was announced, the existing chief minister of Congress resigned. Devi Lai became chief minister. The newly elected members of Legislative Assembly (MLAs) of Lok Dal choose Devi Lai as their leader. The governor invited Devi Lai to be the new chief minister. After 3 days of the election result, he took the oath. Then his government issued a government order to give loans to small farmers, agricultural laborers, and small businessmen. Congress again forms government. Lok Dal ruled Dai state for 4 years. In 1991 election, the party did not win people's support. This time Congress won the election and formed the government. Heading Need for elections. Elections are needed to elect representatives. The need of elections can be understood by imagination of democracy without election. In the absence of the election, all the people have to sit together every day and take all the decisions. But this is not possible in any large community, nor it is possible for everyone to have the time and knowledge to take decisions on all matters. Therefore, In most democracies, people rule through their representatives. All the elections are needed for any representatives democracy because first point, they solve the problem of assessing people on the basis of education, knowledge and experience. They help in analyzing that people like their representatives or not. Third point, they ensure that the representatives rule as per the wishes of the people and make sure that those are not working for the people do not remain their representatives. In an election, the voters make many choices like first, they can choose who will make laws for them. Second point, they can choose who will form the government and take major decisions. Third point, they can choose the party whose policies will guide and government and lawmaking. Heading, what makes an election democratic? Elections are held in all democratic countries and also in most of the non-democratic countries in many ways. But there is a simple list of the minimum conditions which make an election democratic like first point, everyone should have the right to choose a representative. It means everyone has one vote and every vote has equal value. Second point, political parties and candidates should be free to contest elections and offer some real choices to the voters. Next point, the choices should be offered at regular intervals. For that, elections must be held regularly after a certain period. Next point, the candidates preferred by the people only should get elected. Next point, elections are conducted in a free and fair manner where people choose those representatives whom they really wish. Heading, political competition. Elections are all about competition. Without competition, election would become meaningless. Political competition takes place when different political parties compete to gain confidence and ultimately the vote of the voters. They make promises and give incentives to motivate the voters. Heading, the electoral competition has many demerits like first point, it creates a sense of disunity and factionalism in bracket groupism and party politics in every locality. Second point, different political parties and candidates often use dirty tricks to like both capturing to win elections. Next point, the pressure to win electoral fights does not allow to form useful long term policies. Next point, the competition leads to the idea of being dragged into the unhealthy competition. That's why good people do not enter the participate in political competition. Heading, the electoral competition has the electoral competition also has some merits like first point, regular electoral competition provides incentives to political parties and leaders. If they can satisfy the voters with their works, they will be able to win again. Second point, if a political party is motivated only by the desire to be in power, even then it will be forced to serve the people. Third point, it reveals the real motive of political parties. Next point, It gives choices to voters to choose among the best. Heading systems Heading systems of the elections in India. In India, Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha elections are held regularly every 5 years. After 5 years, the term of all the elected representatives comes to an end. Elections are held in all constituencies at the same time, either on the same day or within a few days. This is known as general election. Sometimes an election is held only for one constituency to fill the vacancy caused by death or resignation of a member. This is known as a by-election. Heading electoral constituencies. In India, an area-based system of representation is followed where the country is divided into different areas for purpose of elections. These are called electoral constituencies. Every voter who lives in an area elect one representative. For the Lok Sabha elections, India is divided into 543 constituencies. The representative elected from each constituency is called Member of Parliament or an MP. One of the features of a democratic election is that every vote has equal value. For Vidhan Sabha election, each state is divided into the specific number of assembly constituencies, and the elected representative of each assembly constituency is called the member of legislative assembly or an MLA. Heading by election. If a representative from a constituency dies while in office, or if the office falls or vacant because of reasons like resignation, fresh elections are held in that particular constituency. Such as election is called a by-election. Constituency voters in a geographical area who elected a representative to the legislative bodies. Each parliamentary constituency has within it several assembly constituencies. The same principle applies for panchayat and municipal election. Each village or town is divided into different wards that are like constituencies. Each ward elect one member of the village or the urban local bodies. Sometimes these constituencies are counted as seats, and each constituency represents one seat in the assembly. For example, when we say that Lok Dal won 60 seats, one in Haryana, it means that candidates of Lok Dal won 60 assembly constituencies in the state, and thus Lok Dal had 60 MLAs in the state assembly. Heading reserved constituencies. The constitution makers were worried that in an open electoral competition, certain weaker sections may not stand a good chance to get elected to the Lok Sabha and the state legislative assemblies. If that happens, our parliament and assemblies would be deprived of the voice of a significant sections of our population. That would make our democracy less representative and less democratic. Heading reservation for SC and ST. The makers of our constitution thought of a special system of reserved constituencies for the weaker sections. Some constituencies are reserved for people who belong to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. In an SC reserved constituency, only someone who belongs to the scheduled castes can stand for election. Similarly, only those belonging to the scheduled tribes can contest an election from a constituency reserved for ST. Heading: Reservation in Lok Sabha District Local Level. A few seats in Lok Sabha are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. This number is in proportion to their share in the total population. In the year 2012, 84 seats are reserved for the scheduled caste and 47 for scheduled tribes in Lok Sabha. Thus, the reserved seats for SC and ST do not take away the legitimate share of any other social group. This system of reservation was extended later to other weaker sections at the district and local levels. In many states, seats in rural (panchayat) and urban municipalities and corporation local bodies are now reserved for other backward classes (OBC) as well. However, the proportion of seats reserved varies from state to state. Similarly, one-third of the seats are reserved in rural and urban local bodies for women candidates. Heading: Voters List. When the constituencies are decided, the next step is to decide who can and who cannot vote. In a democratic election, the list of those who are eligible to vote is prepared much before the election and given to everyone. This list is officially called the electoral roll and is commonly known as the voters list. Heading: This is an important step as it is linked to the first condition of a democratic election, that is, everyone should get an equal opportunity to choose representatives. All the citizens are human beings with their own needs and views. This is why all of them deserve to have an equal say in decisions that affect them. Therefore, everyone is given the right to vote. The right to vote falls under universal adult franchises. It means all the citizens aged 18 years and above can vote in an election, regardless of his or her caste, religion, and gender. Heading: Maintaining of voters list. It is the responsibilities of the government to get the names of all the eligible voters to put on the voters list. As per persons attain voting age, names are added to the voters list. Names of those who move out of a place or those who are dead are deleted. A complete revision of the list takes place every 5 years. This is done to ensure that it remains up to date. Note: some criminals and persons with unsound mind can be denied the right of vote, but only in rare situations. Heading: Elections Photo Identity Card. In the last few years, a new system of election photo identity card has been introduced. The voters are required to carry this card when they go out to vote so that no one can vote in their place. The card has not been made compulsory for voting, and voters can show many other proofs of identity like the ration card, driving license, or Aadhaar card. Heading nominations of candidates. The system of our country provides also the system of our country provides almost no restrictions on anyone to contest the election. This only makes any election a democratic election. Anyone who can be a voter can also become a candidate of elections. The only difference to be a voter is that the minimum age is 18 years, while to be a candidate in the election the minimum age is 25 years. There are also some other restrictions on criminals, but these apply in very extreme cases. Heading political parties nominate their candidates who get the party support and symbols. Party nomination is often called party ticket. The candidate has to fill a nomination form and give some money as a security deposits. Heading Moreover, every candidate has to make the legal declaration giving full details. Heading Educational qualifications for candidates. There is no educational qualification for candidates for being an MP or an MLA. However, the relevant qualification for candidates is the ability to understand people's concerns, problems, and to represent people's interests. Putting an educational qualification would go against the spirit of democracy because it would deprive a majority of the citizens' right to contest election. This is because still the majority of Indian population is uneducated. Heading Election campaign. Election campaign means the promotion in bracket or propaganda of the policies, offers and promises that the candidates make to voters to fulfill if they are elected. In this way, voters can decide the candidate to vote for. They vote for candidates whose policies they like. In our country, election campaigning takes place for a 2 week period between the announcement of the final list of candidates and the state. During this period, in our country, election campaigning takes place for 2 weeks period between the announcement of the final list of the candidates, the elect of polling. During this period, candidates contact their electorate, political leaders address election meetings, and political parties mobilizing their supporters. This is also the period when print media and television news are full of election related stories and debates. Heading The election campaign is not limited to these 2 weeks only. Political parties start preparing for elections months before they actually take place. They prepare their election manifestos in election campaigns. Political parties try to focus public attention on some big issues. They want to attract the public to that issue to get them to vote for their party on that basis. Heading Slogans given by different political parties. Some of the successful slogans given by different political parties in various elections are given below. First point, the Congress party led by Indira Gandhi gave the slogan of Garibi Hatao. In the Lok Sabha election of 1971, the party promised to reorient all the policies of the government to remove poverty from the country. Second point, Save Democracy was the slogan given by Janata Party in the next Lok Sabha election held in 1977. His party promised to undo the excesses committed during emergency and restore civil liberties. Next point, the left front used the slogan of land to the tiller in the West Bengal assembly elections held in 1977. Next point, protect the self-respect of the Telugus was slogan used by N.T. Rama Rao, the leader of the Telugu Desam party in Andhra Pradesh assembly elections in 1983. Heading Code of Conduct and Law. To regulate the election campaign, there are some election laws. According to these laws, no party or candidate can first bribe or threaten voters. Second point, appeal to them in the name of caste or religion. Third point, use government resources for election campaign. Fourth point, spend more than 25 lakhs in a constituency for Lok Sabha election or rupees 10 lakh in constituency in an assembly election. If any party or candidate is found practicing any of above, their election can be rejected by the court even after they have won the election. In addition to the laws, all the political parties in our country have agreed to a model code of conduct for an election campaign. According to this, a party or candidate can use any place of worship for election propaganda. Second point, use government vehicle, aircraft and official for election. Third, once elections are announced, ministers shall not lay foundation stones of any project, take any big policy design or make any promise of providing public facilities. Once elections are announced, ministers shall not lay foundation stones of any project, take any big policies decision or make any promise to providing public facilities. Heading polling. One day when dying voters cast or poll their vote is called an election day. Every person whose name is on voters list can go to near polling booth and cast his or her vote through a secret ballot. Once the voter goes inside the booth, the election official identify him or her, put a mark on the voter's finger and allow him or her to cast his or her vote. An agent of each candidate is allowed to sit inside the polling booth and ensure that the voting takes place in a fair way. Earlier voting was done by putting a stamp on the ballot paper. A ballot paper is a sheet of paper on which die names of the contesting candidates along with party name and symbols are listed. Now electronic voting machines are used to record votes. The machine shows the names of the candidates and the party symbols. The voter has to press the button against the name of the candidates he or she wants to cast his or her vote. Heading counting of votes. Once the polling is over, all EVMs are sealed and taken to a secure place. A few days later, of a fixed date, all the EVMs are opened and the votes secured by each candidate are counted. The candidate who secure the highest number of votes from a constituency is declared elected. Within a few hours of counting, all the results are declared. In general elections, the counting of the votes in all constituencies takes place at the same time on the same day. Within a few hours of counting, all the results are declared and it becomes clear as who will form the next government. This event is reported by television channel, radio, and newspaper. Heading: What makes election in India democracy? There are many factors which ensure that elections held in India are democratic. An independent body, Election Commission, responsible to conduct elections, is formulated in the Constitution of India. Heading: Independent Election Commission. First, in our country, elections are conducted by an independent and very powerful election commission. It enjoys the same kind of independence that the judiciary enjoys. The Chief Election Commissioner is appointed by the President of the India, but once appointed he is not answerable to even the President or government powers of the Election Commission powers enjoyed by dying Election Commission Act. First point, it takes decisions on every aspects of conduct and control the control of election, right from the announcement of elections to the declaration of results. Next point, it implements the code of conduct and punishes any candidate or party that violates it. Next point, during the election period, the election commission can order the government to follow some guidelines to prevent the use and misuse of governmental power, to enhance its chances to win elections, or to transfer some government officials. Next point, when on election duty, government officers work under the control of the election commission and not the government. Next point, when election officials come to the opinion that polling was not fair in some booths or even an entire constituency, they order a repoll. Heading: Popular participation. The participation of enthusiasm of people in an election is another criterion to check the quality of election. If the election process is not free or fair, people will not continue to participate in the exercise. People's participation in election is usually measured by voters' turnout figures. Turnout indicates the percent of eligible voters who actually cast their vote. In India, there is a greater voter turnout of poor illiterate people as compared to Western democracies. Heading: The outcome of Indians' election speaks for itself. First point, the ruling parties routinely lose elections in India both at the national and state level. Next point, in the US, the incumbent and or sitting elected representative rarely loses an election, but in India about half of the sitting MPs or MLAs lose elections. Next point, candidates who are known to have spent a lot of money on buying votes and those with known criminal election connections often lose election. Next point, except for some deputed elections, The electoral outcomes are usually accepted by the defeated party as people verdict. Heading Challenges to Free and Fair Elections. The challenges to free and fair elections are listed as follows. First point, the candidates and parties with a lot of money may not be sure of their victory, but they do enjoy an unfair advantage over smaller parties or independents. Next point, some candidates with criminal records are able to secure party tickets from major parties due to their connections political. Next point, some families tend to dominate political parties. A tendency for the dynasty rule is very common. Next point, election offer only little choice to ordinary citizens. All the major parties are quite similar to each other both in policies and practice. Next point, smaller parties and independent candidates suffer a huge disadvantage compared to bigger parties in terms of money, power, and organizational support. These challenges exist not only in India but also in many stabilized democracies. This is a matter of concern for all who believe in democracy. This is the reason due to which reform in our there is a demand for reform in our electoral system by citizens, social activities and organizations. Heading Summary. The most common form of democracy in our times is for the people to govern through their representatives. Next point, the mechanism by which people can choose their representatives at regular interval of called elections. Next, the elections. In elections, the voters can choose who will form the government. Each vote has an equal value. Next, as an alternative to elections, all the people can sit together every day and take all the decisions, but this is not possible in large communities. Next point, the procedure of elections favors political competition among different political parties. Electoral competition creates a sense of disunity and factionalism in every locality. Different different political parties and candidates often use a dirty trick like booth capturing allegation to win elections. In India, in India, the general for Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha is held regularly. After every 5 years, elections are held all constituencies at the same time. Sometimes the election is held for an constituency to fill the vacancy caused by death or resigning of a member. This is known as by-election. Next, in India, an area-based system of representation is followed where the country is divided into different areas for election purposes is called electoral constituencies. Next point, for Lok Sabha election, India is divided into 543 constituencies. The representative elected from each constituencies are called member of parliament or MPs. For Vidhan Sabha, each state is divided into the number of assembly constituencies. The elected representative from each assembly constituency is called member of legislative assembly or MLAs. Each village or town is divided into several wards, and the same electoral procedure takes place for panchayat and municipal elections. Next point, a special system of reserved constituencies for weaker sections, especially for the SC and ST is followed in India. Next point, reservation is also followed for seats in rulers and urban local bodies for other backward classes in bracket OBCs and women. Next point, in democratic election, the list of people eligible to vote is prepared much before the election and is officially called the electoral roll or voters list, which is updated from time to time. Next, in our country, all the citizens aged 18 years and above have the right to vote regardless of his or her caste, religion, and gender. This is known as universal adult franchisees. Next point, a new system of election photo identity card has been introduced. The voters are required to carry this card when they go out to vote so that one can vote in place of someone else. Next, political parties nominate their candidates who get the party support and symbol. Party nomination is often called party ticket. The candidate has to fill a nomination form and give some money as a security deposits. Next, candidate getting the party ticket should be 25 or above and has to declare educational qualification, assets, liabilities, and criminal cases pending, if any. In our country, election campaign take place takes place for 2 week period between the announcement of the final list of candidates and the date of polling. Next, each political party has to agree to the model code of conduct. Violation of the code can result in the rejection of the candidate. Next, one day when the voter cast or poll their vote is called an election day, and such voting is done through secret ballot. Next, voting is done through ballot paper and electronic voting machine. Next, counting is done on a fixed data arrayed. The candidate securing the highest number of votes is declared a winner from that constituency.